Hi, my name is Keith and I'm known as the Florida Stone Man, and today I'm going to talk to you about 7 things you can do before meditation and 7 things you should be doing during meditation. So, why would you want to do anything before meditation? Well, very straight to the point is if you open up meditation and you don't know what you're connecting with, maybe you think you're connecting to an angel, but your energy is not particularly right at the time, and you are off in a dark place, maybe moody, you can connect to something that's not an angel. Maybe it's a fallen angel, something that's not an angel at all, or even a really dark entity. So there are precautions you should take before you meditate. So if you just dive straight into meditation, like I said, I mean, some people do dive straight into meditation and they're okay with it, but from the people who have been coming to me asking for help after I taught them how to meditate and who have not taken any kind of precautions, specific rituals. So basically, if you go into meditation without cleansing, without clearing your space, without just doing certain things, you will attract the wrong thing, especially if you are not at a place of wholeness. So, one thing you can do before you start meditating is number one, shower. So, why shower before you meditate? What sense does that? So when you shower, it's actually a cleanse. It's a very light cleanse. It uses the element of water to wash anything that we have on us off. Even more so when we put our intention into using the water to cleanse, we can visualize all the negativity being washed off. Additionally, you can shower with something like sea salt and water, and then you can make a spiritual bath from there. So everyone has their own spiritual bathing routines. It's okay. Maybe from a different culture, you might use a very specific bath. Maybe it's a bath that your mother passed down to you, but the general one is sea salt below the shoulders to your feet. Just dump sea salt and water, and then you'll take a shower. Or you can just take a shower as well. It's not overly particular before you cleanse, but that's one thing you can do. Number two, and I did make notes on these because I want to get these in order. One thing you can do before, I mean, before you meditate, your clothing matters. If you're someone who meditates with no clothes, that's fine. But I find that if you're wearing very emotional and you're wearing all black, it's not going to help your meditation because you're going to intake more emotions just because black is a very absorbing color. If you're feeling aggressive and you're wearing red and going into meditation, it can affect your meditation as well. I suggest wearing white because it helps deflect emotions and it helps you maintain purity during the meditation. Almost everything I have during meditation is white, or I just like this. I don't wear a shirt. And then, I mean, you can wear gray too. It's kind of like an in between color, but it's up to you. Just make sure you do your research on colors and you should be good. Uh, don't wear shirts that say like F you, or just like I've seen some shirts on people in public. Like people wear shirts that are just very offensive. So don't wear those into meditation unless you want to attract something that's offensive. It's just that easy. So number three, clear your room, clear your energetic space. How do you do this? So when you go into your room, you can put selenite at all the corners of your room. You can put a glass of sea salt and water, and that will act as a conduit so negative entities don't leech on you, don't attack you during meditation. And so you can make sure there's nothing in your space. Talking about your space, number four, make sure your space is clean before you meditate. If you have a really, really, really dirty space, then guess what? That's like a playground for dark entities. They love hiding in corners. They love when your place is messy. They're like, oh, cool, he's meditating. He just made this easy for us. And they'll dive straight in. So make sure your place is clean, especially if you ever walk into someone's house and it's really dirty, especially if some of you have family members and you're like walk in their house and like, oh my God, it's dark and it's dirty and it's just not clean, then you can feel what the energy is. It doesn't feel good. You can also turn on a bunch of lights as well. That helps me during meditation sometimes. You don't have to, but that's one thing you can do during meditation. Number five, run a diffuser. Run some kind of uh, charcoal disc incense. I don't suggest regular stick incense because those are packed with chemicals. I've gotten really sick from those before, like spitting up bile because I didn't know how many chemicals they had in them. Especially during if you have a closed room and you're burning those cheap Amazon stick incenses, then you're gonna get sick. Very straightforward, very easy. A lot of people don't know that, but especially like if you have allergies and you don't know why, you wake up sneezing, you wake up coughing, and you're like, why am I doing this? But you burn incense, that's one reason I could do that as well. So That might just save someone who's suffering from incense allergies or incense problems because your liver takes that in as chemicals. Number 6, prayer. This is the most important one. So before you start your meditation, you have to have some kind of sacred declaration, connection to source. You have to pray. You have to connect. If you're just going in at free form, you've never connected to anything, and basically you're more so likely to attract something to you that's just sees like, oh, he didn't pray, like he's just wide open. So make sure you connect with source, connect with God. It doesn't matter what religion, just have some form of prayer, some form of reaching higher consciousness, and then connect with that, and then initiate that with intention by, hey, higher consciousness, help me connect to my inner self, to my higher self, to my guardian angels, and to my archangels, please. And boom, it's like a connection, just like that. It's very easy. And number 7, make sure you close during meditation. When you meditate and you don't close and you've invited stuff in, make sure to send it back. If it's, I mean, angels can stick around, archangels can stick around. I mean, they'll always be around you as long as you're a good person. But if you have certain spirits, certain people in your bloodlines, certain ancestors and stuff like that, and even people outside your bloodline, like general spirits, if you open and you call them down there and they know that you're going to call them and you're not going to close out, then they're going to be either less likely to show up or just kind of like stick around. So make sure you have some kind of closing act, because you let them know, like, hey, this is a meeting. Basically, if you called your grandmother to a meeting and you just kind of left the meeting with just leaving her at the dinner table, then she's going to be kind of like, okay. So make sure you have some kind of opening and closing act. So you can ring a bell 3 times. You can like hit a drum 3 times. Just have some kind of opening and closing act. So let me go over everything I have talked about. So number 1, shower, cleanse. Number 2, make sure you're wearing not wearing any profane clothing. If you're overly moody, avoid black and red during meditation. If you want to feel more pure, you can wear white, sometimes even gray, because it's an in-between color. Number 3, uh, make sure your room is clean. Or this was number 4, but I mixed it with 3. Make sure your room is clean. Clear your space. Number 4, secure your room of dark entities. Just do that by putting selenite in every corner of your room. Number 5, run a diffuser, something to add to the air element. Number 6, pray. Connect with source. Call in your spirits. Call in your angels to make sure other fallen angels or dark entities are not joining in. And 7, this is actually a very important one as well, opening and closing. Make sure every time you open the door, you close it as well. It's very easy. If you have any questions, ask me in the comment section below. I'll talk to you guys soon. Bye.